So the Summer 16 Savings Challenge, you got 16 weeks to save. What are some other savings challenges you have? I know you write for bankmobile.com, you write for blavity.com, and on both of those platforms you have different savings challenges. $5 bill, dime challenge, which is what I'm doing unsuccessfully. What are some things the Black Market Exchange has in the future after the Summer 16 Challenge?
I'm actually considering doing a fall out of debt challenge. So we can help people, maybe tackle some of the debt that they have. So they got their savings going.
Okay.
So, maybe can we knock off some of that debt? And, it might be something maybe to consider putting towards the beginning of next year, particularly with the tax return seasons, because that's a lot of people get their returns. And one thing people always say is when you get your return, you should consider it in kind of like threes where, you invest a third, save a third, pay off debt with a third. Or maybe even fourth, giving, of course you should probably put giving in there as well.
What part of that is consumption? What part of that is consumption, your income tax?
Oh, I didn't mention anything about consumption in there.
Okay.
By all means, if you want to treat yourself,
Okay.
but do it within reason. So if you get, a 2,000-3,000 return, do you have to consume with all 2,000 or 3,000 of it? I'm sure you don't have to because you weren't expecting it before.
Yeah, true.
So even if it's just, if it's 500 of that, if you want to do whatever you want to with the rest, by all means. But honestly, you should try to save and invest at least a third of it. If you're already in debt and you're consuming more, then you're just kind of putting yourself in more debt. So why not kind of be active about it? And the way I see it is if you pay some debt off, then that's money that you have coming in to save even more with or invest with. Because maybe if you're struggling to save, if you pay off the debt, that might be an extra $200-300. Okay, now you can save. So it's just all about a mind shift. How do you view your money? And, how can you really make it work in your favor?
Okay, so a fall out of debt plan. You have a vacation plan, maybe summer vacay. Maybe.
I may consider it. I know with the Summer 16 Challenge, some people say that they're saving for vacation. So I like to leave that open. I don't want to say you're saving just for investing. I like to leave it open. But maybe I'll just make it to where it's a 3-tier system. So we have the savings challenge, then we fall out of debt, then it's the new year, so new investments. I think that would be a good little formula to kind of go on. Let's save, let's pay some stuff off, and then let's invest. Because if you save and then you pay stuff off as well, you have more money to invest in, as I previously said. So I think that might be a good little formula to go with, and you just recycle it every year. Because you might think that the Summer 16 Challenge is going to be for this year because of the Drake song, but it's really tailored towards that 16 weeks plan. So this is going to be an annual event. I'm hoping to make it bigger and better every year.
I have one question that was sent to me. It's a pretty funny question because you kind of mentioned it earlier. The question was, will the bmax.com create a 10-year debt repayment plan for newly graduated pharmacists?
Wow.
Or is 10 years enough to pay back pharmacy debt?
It is. If
Okay.
you can. Loan forgiveness program. I'm not sure if you've heard of that, but
I have.
you can actually have that forgiven if you work for a nonprofit or government agency or something like that. And after 10 years, they'll forgive the rest of your loans. So, say for instance, if let's say it costs you $150,000 or something like that, and you've paid off, let's say, 100 of it, then that other 50 will be forgiven. So that's a plan that's already out there. You just got to make sure you're making your payments on time, and you have to be on the income-based or income contingent plan to be eligible.
Okay.
So some people might already be paying on a standard plan, not even knowing this is another opportunity. Now, in terms of for BMX creating something that's something to consider. I think that if we can get some partnerships in the future, I've actually been in talks with Experian, trying to get a little relationship there. So, maybe if we can, work with something together, it might be something for the future. So we'll see.
Hopefully, Experian doesn't see my face. So I look forward to following up with you, man, at the end of the summer.